Hey everybody, hey, welcome back to the 53206 cast. I'm Alex.
And I'm Meg.
And Meg is a podcast.
It is a podcast.
It's a podcast specifically designed to help us engage in the process of rethinking our inner city spaces. Meg.
Yeah.
I got something that I'd like to talk about.
All right, love this.
Did you also want to talk about it?
Yeah.
So,
sure.
I was driving home. I was renovating this basement.
Okay.
And the highway's like all like
It's very...
it's congested.
Till what, 2028?
No,
it's for 8 years. Yeah.
It is for like 8 years. It's actually like beyond... So the highway is going to be... Interstate 94, just west of Milwaukee, is going to be under construction. Basically like from now until when our kids are done with school.
22.
Yeah.
May is going to be 22. Yeah.
So it's going to be a while.
Yeah.
And we use that road to go like pretty much most places.
I mean, to school.
To school.
Yeah. To the donut shop.
To get donuts.
To Menards.
Yeah. To Menards.
Those are all the places you go.
That's basically all the only places I go.
Yeah.
The dump. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's under construction. So I haven't been taking it as much.
Sure.
Because it's just backed up. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
So, I got to go through the city
Mm-hmm.
to get home.
Mm-hmm.
So I was renovating this basement. It's kind of a stadium.
Mm-hmm.
And I could jump on the highway normally, but I can't because it's so backed up.
Yeah.
And so I'm not doing that anymore. And so I'm driving through the city, driving down Wisconsin Avenue, kind of by Marquette.
Jumping on Highland?
I did not jump on Highland.
That's a good route.
I know you've got your route.
I do.
And
It's a good route.
see, I'm not always trying to get to where I'm going the fastest.
You're not trying to get home quick.
Well, I'm not like,
That's
okay,
fine.
if I can get home in 11 minutes
enjoy
or
the
I can
ride.
get home in
Yeah.
13 minutes,
Yeah.
but the 13-minute drive, I get to drive by Marquette
Yeah.
and by the church we got married
Yeah.
at.
Oh, that's nice.
And see all these things, see these nice buildings.
Yeah.
I like the hustle and bustle of the college crowd.
Sure.
Makes me feel young. Whatever.
Youth is coming out.
So anyway, I'm driving down and the news. I saw the news.
Okay.
It's always exciting when you see the
It's
news.
very exciting, yes.
They got the little tripods with the camera stands
Yeah.
and reporters practicing what they're going to say on the news.
Yeah.
You ever watch somebody do that?
No.
At the fireworks, I would see that.
Okay.
Like I would notice them like saying their news reporter
That's smart
speech.
that they practice.
Well, I would assume you get like one chance.
Yeah.
It's live.
Yeah.
Live from
Yeah.
28th in Wisconsin or whatever. So I'm driving by and I'm seeing all this news and that means something's going on.
Sure.
It's unlikely like something super great is happening and the news is swarming.
Yeah,
Like all the 4 different news stations are there and talking about it. So it's not good. So I'm driving by and I'm like, checking out what's going on.
Yeah.
What's going on? And I like to look on my my telephone, cell phone.
Your phone when you're driving.
Yeah, well, it's really funny, Meg. I'm now just started. This is brand new, but our daughter's in driver's ed.
She is, yes.
And our niece is in driver's ed.
Mm-hmm.
They're 8 days apart. They're born 8 days apart.
Yeah.
So they pretty much experience everything the same, right? And they're both in driver's ed, and it's like, all right, this is time to. It's like my time. It's my time to shine.
I'm not participating in this time. Yes.
It's my time. It's my time to shine.
Yeah, you're tapping in.
I'm gonna teach them how to drive, right?
Yeah, I'm not.
I'm patient.
Yeah. Well, and they're the exact opposite. Like one is gonna floor it, and the other one isn't gonna go anywhere. Like so,
one is gonna tell me what lesson they, what lesson number they learned about how many seconds you're supposed to stop at. And they're gonna say everything out loud, and then the other one is going to forget what they're doing and check their watch while they're driving. So I check check my cell phone because whatever I can. I'm a grown man. I can look at my phone and drive at the same time.
Sure.
But I just at a stoplight. It's not like I'm
okay. So
whatever.
What happened at this news situation?
So I checked the news and in Milwaukee we got a couple of infamous slumlords.
Yes.
And in the book Bad Neighborhoods, I wrote about
it's like
one.
you wrote about one.
I did.
Yeah.
It's a funny story. If you haven't checked that out, feel free to check out the book Bad Neighborhoods. You can listen to it on Spotify.
Yeah, or Apple
audiobook.
or any of them. Yeah.
Right, it's a podcast, so you can listen on whatever you're listening to this on. You can listen to that.
Yeah.
And people have. And actually, people have been listening to this podcast more. And I know that I keep saying that. I might keep saying it until there aren't.
Okay.
Because more listeners, all that means to me when we get more listeners, it just means that more people care about societal issues, and then actually kind of want to go do something about it.
Yeah.
Because I think that if I was to wish though that I had a legacy in the social justice space.
Okay, not journey.
Which I not the journey. And I don't necessarily wish that I have a legacy, but I think it might be kind of neat to impart some wisdom to some people, maybe. It would be that, you can enact a change if you're in a space long enough and you pay attention and you do some things over and over again.
Yeah.
You can do that. But anyway, so I was checking my cell phone driving, and
oh my gosh,
I noticed that that the property that they're at is owned by, I don't know his first name, but we'll call him Mr. Beretta.
Okay.
Is his
name. And if you're in Milwaukee, I feel like you know the name.
Yeah. And Mr. Beretta owns a lot of properties.
A lot, yeah.
And you can tell, it's kind of funny, you can tell which properties are his because he likes to put giant rocks in the front of them.
Okay.
Like
so you don't crash into one.
I guess. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what the deal is with the rocks. Like boulders.
Sure. Yeah.
And this property had boulders in front of it. So, but I'm reading the article, probably at a stoplight because I probably was actually at a stoplight. But
well, everyone drives so slow around the news because they're like, oh, what's happening?
Right.
So I'm sure everyone was stopped.
Yeah, I waved. No, get out of the car and wave.
I feel like Dex is always like, I want to be on the news. I'm gonna go run behind him.
Fall down. But so I'm checking it out. And I'm like, oh, okay, so there's a property that Mr. Beretta owns that is being evacuated.
Okay.
It's being evacuated because it doesn't have heat.
Yeah.
And maybe not power, but definitely not heat.
Okay. I saw the one with no heat.
And it was very cold.
Yeah.
We hit a cold spell.
Yeah,
it was like school got canceled because it was so cold.
Yeah, it's been cold.
And it was right around that time.
Mm-hmm.
And so they had to evacuate everybody.
I always find it so interesting that like you tell these stories on the podcast, and I have never heard this before. I feel like you on your drive home forget to tell me some of these interesting things.
We talk all the time. I don't know.
We do.
Okay. Maybe we just have so many stories that
It's true. We probably
that's
probably
why. So I'm reading about Mr. Beretta and how his property had to be evacuated, and we're not sure what's going to happen to everybody.
Okay.
I don't know where everyone's going to go. And there's a lot of outrage.
Do you know how many properties he owns?
It's a lot.
Okay.
It's a tremendous amount. Okay. Like we have 8. You and I own 8 doors, 8 units.
Okay, sure. It's funny. I just told somebody 7 the other day. It's 8.
Well, the house that
house that we're in right now needs a lot of work.
No, we own 7 houses, but we have 8 apartments that are rented because there's 4 duplexes that are rented.
Oh, okay.
So whatever.
Okay, so I was right.
Yeah.
Just
so, but
sure.
like that building. No, you're doing great. that building, I don't know how many units it had, but I'm gonna guess 8 or 10.
Okay.
It's like about that many. So if you think about it in terms of units, he's probably got hundreds.
Sure.
Hundreds of units. That he owns, and this one in particular, the heat went out.
Yeah.
For the entire thing.
And which I did, like, I was at a neighborhood city hall meeting, whatever, and they said that if your heat is out, that's actually like the number one thing that if you call that in, they'll actually have somebody come out and fix it right away and then like charge the landlord. So that's like the thing that they said they will get fixed right away. I know you're giving me the side eye because the city of Milwaukee says they're going to fix the streetlights.
Well, I also whatever. We don't. Maybe we'll get into it in a minute. Maybe we won't. But so,
it's a big deal though.
Oh yeah, I don't want any apartment to not have heat.
Yeah, yeah.
But also sometimes you have to get the specific part for the furnace.
Sure.
And it's not like the furnace truck is going to have every gas valve that for every furnace.
Yeah.
And then they're going to charge you a ridiculous amount of money for it. And if you're trying to keep, this is what I was going to say. If you're trying to keep the property, if you're trying to keep the rents down.
Yeah.
Well, the one way that you can do that is you can do all the work yourself. Yeah. So you don't have to hire somebody and charge you $1,000 just to come out and look at your furnace.
Yikes.
So I get that.
Sure.
I get that. But I would be annoyed if a tenant called that number instead of calling me.
But they wouldn't because they would call us.
Right. They would. Right.
Yeah.
But
okay. So get back to Mr. Beretta.
So he owns hundreds of units. They all have giant rocks in front of them, and the people got evacuated and had to go somewhere else.
I think the Red Cross helped them.
Yeah, I would assume it's probably pretty similar to like when there's a fire.
Yeah.
You know, and you get put up in a hotel for a little while. I would think.
Okay, so there was a big fire. Was that also his property?
I'm not sure which one you're talking about.
We saw it on the news. We watched the news that one time.
One time we watched the news. I don't believe that was. I don't believe that
was another.
Just an apartment building.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do not believe. Oh, I know the one you're talking about. I do not believe that.
Okay. All right.
That one, the fire chief was. I was a little like I don't know. Was saying that building probably should have a sprinkler system in it. I don't disagree. I see both sides of it. I'm like. Just so cost prohibitive to do that, and the building was built before you needed a sprinkler system, so I get that.
Yeah.
However, I do probably lean more towards. I mean, I definitely do. Certainly for a duplex or a single family house, like you got to upgrade it at least. For sure, get anything that's dangerous out of there. But updating it is a good idea, and probably your responsibility. But so people were evacuated and. They, it kind of ended up calling for potentially some larger fines. For them. And again, I see both sides of the equation there, where I'm like, I tend to be a little leery of just fining people.
Yeah.
However, somebody owns hundreds of units and they can't figure out how to fix this furnace or whatever, however the building is heated. I don't know why you couldn't just go buy 4 space heaters for each unit and just give them to the people.
Yeah.
I'm sure, I think I've got half a dozen or 8 space heaters. If something did go out, I know that the power has been upgraded so it can handle it. It's not ideal, but like I could get you through if you needed it. Like if I can't get the part right away, or I got to put a whole furnace in and I can't, get that, as soon as it goes out.
Yeah.
But so you had some things that you wanted to talk about with that. I just want to make sure that I get your thoughts. I've been talking for a little while.
Yeah. Thanks. Well, I think what we've discussed this a little bit, and I think what we were discussing is like, why would people choose to live in any of his properties? Because he doesn't do a great job, and like it's well known that he's like the slumlord. So like, why are people choosing to live there?
Yeah, that's great. I'm glad you brought that up, because that was the thing I wanted to talk about. And I heard a little bit about, okay, well, we should increase fines. I think he was only fined $357. It was something like that.
Gosh, yeah.
And that's, I mean, that doesn't even cover hotel rooms for the individuals that had to stay, somewhere else, at least that day, and probably through the weekend.
Yeah.
That's not enough, obviously. And I do not believe he's running tight margins on these things. I think he's, is charging market or above market for his properties. I don't know that to be a fact, but I would assume that that's pretty likely. Most people are charging market or above market. And so I do see some validity in, okay, let's like find this guy so that he does what he's supposed to do.
Well, so that he can actually feel it. Like, with the amount of properties that he owns, he's making a ton of money.
In theory, yes.
Like, all the time, and $350 is like a penny. It's not very much in the scale of what he's bringing in.
Sure, a percentage, the fine in terms of percentage of net rental income for the month is probably very, very
he doesn't feel small. That at all.
Right, but I don't know what the fine would have to be. And I don't think that you could create a fine that's based on the number of properties that somebody owns.
Maybe you should. I mean, maybe. Yeah.
But I think the bigger issue is like what you were talking about, Meg, is that people get into a rental agreement with Mr. Beretta, who I don't know, might be a great guy.
Might be a great guy. Sure.
But I haven't heard a lot of great things about his buildings.
Nothing.
You know, people are getting into arrangements with Mr. Beretta, and it's not just Mr. Beretta. I'm thinking about the family that lived across the street from the Davis Garden. Like, they wouldn't fix the sewer.
Yeah.
And like,
yeah.
Yeah, it sucks as a landlord if your sewer has collapsed.
Yeah.
It's a couple $1,000s.
Yeah. And they just had to deal with that. They just like would flush the toilet and then be like, okay, I hope this is going to go down.
Yeah,
like,
I mean
that's how they live.
the lateral line from somewhere in the floor of the basement, it broke.
Yeah.
Is my guess, is just from what they described. It broke, and because of that, the stuff wasn't going down where it was supposed to go down, right? It just got stuck there and backed up, after time. So it would suck. I would be really annoyed if a tenant called me and said, I have this, and we found out that it was broken. It would take a couple of days.
Yeah.
I might call the plumber, might not call the plumber, but
it
would take a couple of days to get it put back together, and a lot of money, but that's kind of what you sign up for.
Yeah.
And so if you know that you have an individual that, and I mentioned that house because that's owned by some kind of conglomerate that owns a bunch of houses.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing that you hear all the time is, you rent from some kind of conglomerate and they don't take care of it.
Yeah.
And it's more cost effective. I think that house is boarded up, and I think it's getting...
I heard it was getting demolished, but I heard that from a kid, so I don't know.
So
if that's
something's going on with it.
Because it also has foundation problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it probably could be salvaged and whatever.
Yeah.
And that's another story, because that's just how a house goes from okay to decrepit because it gets neglected, and then it gets torn down, and then you don't have houses in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I don't know how we get to this point, but I have a vision for what it looks like if it were better.
Okay.
Like, so you go to apply for a lease. You go to look at a property, and you walk in, and it's okay.
Yeah.
And you, as a tenant, you see who owns it, Mr. Beretta.
Yeah.
And he's just a metaphor for any other landlord that like, this sucks.
Yeah.
This is not what we should be tolerating.
The bar is way too low.
Right.
I wouldn't live there. You wouldn't live there.
Right.
Like, I feel like none of our listeners would think this is a great place to live.
Right. Whether it's the condition of the property or the customer service that the landlord provides.
No, and I think like it comes back to like dignity. Like, are you showing a person dignity by living there? Like, no. Okay, keep going.
So I mean, the vision that I have is that someone sees that that's who owns it, and then they decide, I don't want any part of that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the market that currently exists is that is a good option for somebody.
Yeah.
And again, I just see a future where that isn't that way, where there's enough affordable housing units that are decent.
Yeah.
And maybe they don't have a dishwasher.
Yeah.
But they're not falling apart.
Yeah.
And they're not going to burn down on you. And the sewer works.
Yeah.
Stuff like that you could stay in for a long time. If you're an individual that doesn't want to buy a house, you could stay there for 10 years.
And
20 years.
And I think that's the thing we see. Like, that's sometimes the only power that people have in our neighborhood is just to move. Is not to pay and then just to move, because there's a hole in the roof, or like the other day we just talked about the appliances caught on fire because of some electrical thing. And I think the thing that we see over and over again is that people, buy the houses around here and they use them as disposable. They don't put money into them. They just use them as disposable and, try to get as much money out of the house and don't put any money into it. And what you're left with is, there are cracks in the walls. There are, the toilet doesn't work. The bathtub's about to fall through the floor. And we just hear these stories over and over again of this housing that it's so gross that, I would love Mr. Beretta to have to go and live in some of these houses, because you're making people live in these shitholes, and it's not fair. It's not fair to these, to these families that deserve to live in a good place. Everyone deserves to live in a not shitty house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it would take a tremendous amount of effort to get to that point where there's enough appropriate or decent housing that would allow somebody that's on a relatively low or fixed income to be able to afford it. And that probably means spreading out typically for this, spreading out the areas of concentrated poverty, because I think that's actually the thing that would make a long-lasting impact. And I do think it would take a while to make that happen, but I think that's actually an ideal that we could shoot for, is that somebody realizes, oh shoot, this guy owns this, or this company that's associated with these other bad properties owns it. And Meg, and they avoid it. And I bring this up because so I think I have a pretty good reputation in the community for the houses.
Yeah.
And I believe that to be true because the number of people asking far exceeds the number of available units that I have.
Mm-hmm. And people stay.
And they stay a very long time.
Mm-hmm. And
I think that model and it's very time consuming, and it's not a model that's meant to get the highest amount of profit for sure. Yeah. But it's a model that it's at least appealing to the market, and I know that because of the amount of people that are asking for it, right? Like if you wanted a PlayStation 5 and all these people want PlayStation 5s but they're sold out, that means that we need more PlayStation 5s, whatever. So
is there a PlayStation 5?
I think there is.
Okay.
I think we're on PlayStation 5.
Okay.
So that's and I'm glad that you took us back over to that, because if it's not Mr. Beretta, it's somebody else.
It's
Mr.
Kelsey from California.
Yeah, right. It's her.
Okay. So as a listener, what can we do to make people have more decent housing?
Yeah, and this would probably be very specific, and so it wouldn't be a great hey Sherry, go do this.
Yeah.
But I do think if we can put some pressure on, honestly, what I would love to see is I'd love to see just some resource for a renter in the community. Like this landlord's got 5 stars.
Yeah.
This landlord's got 0 stars.
Yeah.
And you get that for an Uber driver.
Yeah.
But you don't get it for a you don't get it for the building. You're going to ride around this person's car and I was telling, May, our daughter, just talking about driving.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's going to be so great. You can drive yourself home from school anytime you want in a year. And she's like, I won't have to stay so late because we don't just pick her up. She goes to my sister, so she can just stay until whenever one of us can go get her.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, you can take an Uber. And she's like, oh, I'm scared of taking an Uber. I'm like, well, just call an Uber, and if they have 1 star, don't take them because they're going to suck. Yeah. And then if they have a 5 star, it's probably fine.
Yeah.
But there is no kind of rating system for landlords that I'm aware of, and I think I'd be aware of it.
And I think a lot of people are like, oh, does the city need to put more pressure on things? And I don't think, from what I've seen, I don't think the city can handle it. And I don't think the city, I think the city from my understanding, the city is very pick and choosy with what they think is important for that day. And so, we talk about the house that got burned down 2 years ago, and we're trying to get them to tear it down, and running into red tape over and over again. Just tear this thing, you own this house, tear it down. So I just don't think the city is well versed in housing.
I don't think that I also, I'm not a huge add more government.
Sure. Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm I think the market probably could facilitate something that allows then, at least I'd want to know all right, I'm going to be all right if I go live in this person's on this person's property.
Yeah.
Or I might be risking it a little bit if I'm staying in whatever.
Yeah.
Mr. Beretta's property. I'm chancing it. Lots of people haven't had a good experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably only get one side of the story. Maybe
Yeah.
they weren't a great tenant, but
Yeah.
if you're, the majority of the time, people just want a nice, safe.
They want a decent place that's not nasty and has cockroaches and like the walls are falling down.
Yeah.
Like, and that's not like, you get that in Milwaukee. Like, I think I was so surprised when I walked through the first rental we bought, because I was like, oh my gosh, this is so shitty, and like kids lived here and their self-esteem is impacted by sleeping with duct tape holding together two walls. Like, that's not an okay, like this is just, it's ridiculous. Like, it's not humane, and it's not giving people dignity.
Yeah, a month after we bought the White House on the corner, the water heater caught on fire.
Oh my gosh.
Like, that's insane. It's a water heater. It's not supposed to catch on fire.
Wow. How did that happen?
The whole bottom of it had rusted away.
Okay.
The entire bottom of the thing.
How old do you think it was?
It was pretty old.
Okay.
Old enough.
I feel like, shout out to, if you have not listened to the whole series on the White House on the corner, like, scroll back, because I feel like that's a lesson on out-of-state landlords and how they impact communities.
Yeah. You got anything you want to plug?
If you're into seed starting, I would love to partner with some groups, some organizations, some schools. We have a lot of seeds for We Got This. We Got This is I feel like we haven't mentioned it on this podcast today. We Got This is the community garden around the corner from us that does just wonderful things, manages 15 formerly vacant lots and turns them into garden spaces. So we're always looking for plants, and now is the time to start those seeds. So if you need any seeds, you can reach out to contact@wegotthismke.com to get some seeds and start some things for the 15 formerly vacant lots to beautify and produce food for the community.
That was a great plug.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know how much you love seeds. All right, well, thanks for listening, and we will catch you next time.
Bye.
Bye.